What is up, everybody? I'm Elliott Delp, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the PSA 6.8 SPC 2. Should be a good little video, so let's get right into it. So, like I said before the intro rolled, we're going to be reviewing the PSA 6.8 SPC. Now, this rifle upper receiver right here is on sale at PSA's website. It's actually in stock, believe it or not, and it's about $470, give or take. Price has actually dropped here in the last few weeks. It was $500 not too long ago. So, if you're looking to pick one of these up, now might be the time to do it. You never know when prices might go back up. Of course, they also might go back down. How this video is kind of going to roll out is I'm going to talk a little bit about the specs of this rifle, kind of how I've got it running right now, and all that good stuff. And then I'm going to talk about kind of my opinion of the caliber and my thoughts on how you should use this caliber, kind of what its purpose is in your arsenal and whether or not you should get it. And then I'm going to talk about the performance of the rifle itself and whether or not I think this rifle is a viable option or if I think it's absolute garbage. So let's get right into the specs. So to start things off, we have the 18-inch barrel. This is a stainless steel 416R barrel. It's got a A2 flash hider here at the top of it. Working its way back, you have the adjustable gas block. Now, PSA's adjustable gas blocks are pretty great. I have a few of them, one on a 308, one on a 6.5 Grendel, and they've performed flawlessly. Especially if you're suppressing this, you really want to make sure you get an adjustable gas block, and this upper comes pretty much standard with one, so that's a really nice feature to have. You have a 15-inch M-LOK rail. It's the lightweight rail. It's got the Picatinny pieces cut out of the top of it and replaced with M-LOK. This is obviously a nice feature to have. It makes it more lightweight. I'm partial to this one opposed to the rails where they have the Picatinny across the top. Moving back to the upper receiver here, you have a standard AR-15 upper receiver, 7075 T6 aluminum anodized, basic, common. It is what it is. The bolt, 6/8 bolt. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's also a 224 Valkyrie bolt, and there's nothing real special about that either. It's not made out of anything special or self-lubricating or anything like that. It is what it is. My lower receiver that I have is just a PSA lower. It came with Mission First Tactical furniture on it, which is some pretty nice stuff. This is my first experience with it, but other than that, the internals are mil spec. There's nothing special, no crazy trigger or anything. Throughout my testing, I did all my testing with a Vortex Strike Eagle 1-8. The Strike Eagle is an absolute awesome option if you are looking for a low-powered variable optic. And for what I was going to use this rifle for, it fit perfectly, and so far it's ran amazingly. So let's talk a little bit about kind of what you would use this rifle for, this caliber for, and what its purpose is. So the 6.8 is kind of a intermediate cartridge. It's not really, it's not as powerful as a 308 by any means, but it's also not as weak as the 5.56. It's something you would take medium game hunting, kind of deer, coyote, I'd say pig, any small to medium game is where this thing really shines. It's not something I would take elk hunting by any means. And also, the 6.8, one of the reasons to own one is because you do get that power, but you don't have to bump up to a bigger, larger platform. Whereas if you went to a 308, you'd have to go to an AR-10 platform, and then that would automatically add 3-4 pounds onto your rifle build. The 6.8 can stretch its legs, very similar to a 308. Can stretch it out there to 500 yards and still maintain a good amount of power, good takedown power for your medium game. Now obviously it won't shoot 1,000 yards with the same performance as the 308, but you do get pretty good performance out to about 500 or so yards. So let's talk about how this performed and whether or not I think you should actually pick up the 6.8. So this individual upper right here, I bought with my own money. So PSA is not telling me to say anything at all about it. My experience with it has been so far pretty positive. I have about 200-300 rounds through it at this point, and it's ran great. I know it's not a huge round count by any means, but with the way it is finding 6.8 ammunition, I think it's enough to kind of give a pretty good judgment of the rifle so far. So I've had no feeding issues, I've had no accuracy issues. The accuracy of this probably is better than my actual shooting. I get about 1 MOA when I'm shooting Hornady, some nicer SST bullets. When I'm shooting the 6.8 PPU brass, kind of, I don't want to call it trash, but not the best stuff in the world, I get about the 1.5 MOA, give or take. So it's really good for a rifle that costs $470 for the upper, $150, $200 for the lower, all in $700 on an intermediate cartridge. So I've been very, very happy with it, and I would recommend it to someone that's dead set on a 6.8. There are some drawbacks to having a 6.8, one of them being the scarcity of ammunition. It's a whole lot harder to find than 6.5 Grendel is, and it's a little bit more expensive, and the Grendel overall just performs a little bit better than the 6.8. Now, that's not to say the 6.8's not a good rifle, not a good caliber. I know a lot of people swear by it. One of the notable people that I know off the top of my head that uses it is Lunkers TV. Lake Fort guy also has one. So there are some pretty big people in the industry that use the 6.8, but it is kind of, I want to say nuanced, few and far between people using it. So it is a little bit more difficult to find, a little bit more harder to get. So that's one of my biggest complaints about the rifle, or the caliber, I guess. So I think that really about does it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go like and subscribe to my channel. I do videos like this every Friday, sometimes more often than that. I really appreciate all your support. Comment down below what you think of the 6.8 caliber, whether or not you think it's a viable round in today's time with the 6.5 Grendel just being the absolute monster that it is. Go comment down below and let me know. Other than that, I think that about does it. I really appreciate you guys for watching, and as always, take someone outdoors. I'll see y'all next time.